Then we will continue with the next speaker. That's Pieter Buteneers, and we're very proud to have him here because in 2015 he has won a Kaggle competition. He won the first prize with his team of the Ghent University. And in his day-to-day life, Pieter is teaching people how to use machine learning, but today he's going to tell us why machine learning sucks.
Thank you. Well, really, machine learning sucks. It's a lot of fun, but still, it sucks. You need to do a lot of stuff. You need to take a lot of things into account. And one of those things is you need to know that machine learning learns like humans learn. I hope it's advancing by itself. Anyway, yes. The little kid you see there is my son. He's by now 1.5 years old, and what he's doing is he's mimicking actually every move I make. And that's what machine learning does. You give it a lot of examples, and from those examples it will learn. But for that you need labeled data. So if your data is not labeled, the system will not work. It also means that you need somebody to go through all the data, look for the correct relationships, and label everything. And when CoScale contacted me, so CoScale is my biggest customer at the moment, to build their anomaly detection system, I thought, well, this is going to work. I've been doing research about some sort of anomaly detection for epilepsy patients for years, and well, that's going to work out. But anomalies, they are really rare events, and they're always different. So it's impossible to build a data set of examples. And every time you think you have the total data set, you will soon notice that you don't have enough training data. Because every time there is a new anomaly that pops up, something completely different that you don't know about what it's going to look like, what it's going to be. So that's not working. But there is a solution, of course. To every machine learning problem, there usually is a solution, and that is prediction, especially if your data is really predictable. So what we did instead of labeling all the data is basically build a model that can predict. So if you look at this data very quickly, the blue line is the real data, the green line is actually the prediction we made for the last day. And if you see that there's a big difference between the green line and the blue line in this example, there is an anomaly. Another problem is overfitting, and this is actually the biggest problem in machine learning. If you can solve that, we probably will all be without a job, and we have to just sit at the beach and let robots do everything for us. But what is overfitting? Let's take an example. Let's say you train an algorithm and you show it only images of birds, and those birds are always stealing something, whether it's food or sunglasses or something else, maybe like money. And if every time you show it an image of a bird stealing something, the only thing the system will learn is that birds are thieving animals. So the next time you will show it a bird, even though it's a really cute one like this one, your algorithm will obviously think that this bird is going to steal something. Maybe you don't know what, but you think it's going to steal something. So you have to take into account that your data is really representative of what's going to happen. And there's some weird things in your data that you don't know about. So what you should do is get more data, that always works, and use a good testing scheme. If you have a good testing scheme, you can test for these weird things and make sure that whatever you're building works. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff that sucks about machine learning. You can do a lot of crazy stuff. What data should you use? Which features? There are millions of machine learning models, and I can go on about this for weeks, but they only gave me 5 minutes. So there's one good thing that I can tell you, though. It's not very hard to learn. For those who missed my workshop earlier today, there's a link on this slide that shows you a tutorial that you can do yourself to learn some stuff about it. And if you have done that, you might think, well, okay, I know something about machine learning now. Let's conquer the world. I've known every technical aspect of machine learning, but there's one big thing that many of my customers are forgetting, and that's the business side. Even big companies forget about the fact that you need to make money out of something that you build. Because otherwise, why are you building it? Why are you doing it? How are you earning your money? And the biggest issue they all have is they haven't thought about the value. What is the value of the product that you're creating? For who are you creating it? Does that person is really willing to use your product or even pay for that product? And quite often you don't know that. And if you don't know that, maybe you shouldn't use machine learning. You shouldn't listen to all the consultants like me, like machine learning is great and blah, blah, blah. Maybe you should just try your business proposition, your value proposition, non-automate using humans, and test out if your product is really valuable. So, in short, machine learning sucks, but I really love it. And if you want to learn about it, just contact me. Thank you.